The question has often been asked, is project management as a skill, as a profession, transferable between industry? And the answer to that is pretty well, that is the case. You can transfer the skills because the procedures and processes are equally applicable to building a building, the construction industry, to the electronics industry, to the aircraft industry, to the oil industry. The techniques and procedures and processes are the same. The difficulty, the only hurdle in transferring that skill from one industry to another is that you've got to really understand the industry. That's the big issue. And when I'm talking to the young people who are coming to my seminars on project management, I say, you know, you've really got to understand. Don't take on a project in a technology where you don't understand the technology, right? That is pretty fundamental. So to a certain extent, that limits the amount of movement that you could as a project manager. It would be pretty difficult to go from a civil engineering contract in Abu Dhabi to running an electronics radar project in the defence industry, for example. That would be quite a challenging thing to do. But nevertheless, the techniques that you would use to run the civil engineering project are exactly the same as the techniques that you would use to run an electronics program in the defence industry. So it is a transferable skill. But the difference is it's the experience that you get, and not to be too blunt about it. The worst thing you can do is walk into a situation where you don't understand what the engineers are talking about, and because they'll tell you what you want to hear, and as a good successful program manager, you've got to be able to filter out what the good information and what's the crap information or the bad information. So that's my thoughts on transferring from one industry to another.